Imagine a world painted almost entirely in white and blue. A world of immense silence broken only by the crack of shifting ice or the call of a distant bird. These are the polar regions, the very top and bottom of our planet. The Arctic in the north is a vast frozen ocean surrounded by land, a kingdom of sea ice. The Antarctic in the south is the opposite, a massive continent of land, the coldest, driest, highest on Earth. These are lands of extreme conditions where the sun may not set for months in summer and the sun may not rise for months in winter. It is a place of breathtaking, stark beauty. To live here requires extraordinary resilience. The temperatures can plummet to unimaginable lows. The wind can howl with a force that seems to shake the very foundations of the world. Yet, against all odds, life not only exists here, but it thrives in the most spectacular ways. The animals that call these icy realms home are true masters of survival. They have developed remarkable features and behaviors over countless generations. From the thickest fur to the most intricate hunting strategies, every detail is a testament to the power of adaptation. Our journey will take us to both of these frozen worlds. We will venture into the Arctic, meeting creatures that roam the floating ice floes and navigate the frigid waters below. We will witness the power of the great white bear and the cleverness of the snow-white fox. Then, our expedition will travel south to the great ice continent of Antarctica. Let us now begin our adventure, stepping quietly into the magnificent frozen kingdom of the polar animals, where every day is a battle for life. In the vast, white expanse of the Arctic, a solitary figure roams. It is the polar bear, the undisputed king of this frozen domain. This magnificent creature is the world's largest land carnivore, a symbol of raw power and endurance. Its entire being is exquisitely designed for a life on the sea ice. Its massive paws with rough pads and non-retractable claws act like snowshoes, distributing its weight and providing a firm grip on the slippery surface. These paws are also powerful paddles, making the polar bear a surprisingly graceful and strong swimmer, capable of covering vast distances in the icy water. The secret to the polar bear's survival in the biting cold lies beneath its iconic white coat. It's not just one layer of fur but two. A dense undercoat traps a layer of air, providing insulation. Longer, oily guard hairs on the outside repel water, keeping the bear dry even after a long swim. Beneath this remarkable coat is a thick layer of blubber, sometimes over 4 inches thick. The polar bear is a patient and formidable hunter, relying almost entirely on the sea ice as its platform. Its primary prey is the ringed seal and the bearded seal. The bear uses its extraordinary sense of smell, able to detect a seal from nearly 20 miles away, to locate their breathing holes in the ice. It will then wait, sometimes for hours, motionless and silent, for a seal to surface for air. With a sudden, explosive burst of power, it ambushes its prey. One of the most surprising facts about this Arctic giant is that its fur is not actually white. Each hair is transparent and hollow, scattering light in a way that makes it appear white, providing perfect camouflage against the snow and ice, making it nearly invisible to its unsuspecting prey. But its kingdom of ice is now changing faster than ever before, posing the greatest challenge this magnificent animal has ever faced. Flitting across the frozen tundra like a whisper of snow is one of the Arctic's most enchanting residents, the Arctic fox. This small, resourceful creature is a master of camouflage and a true survival artist. In the winter, it sports a thick, luxurious coat of pure white fur, rendering it almost invisible against the snowy landscape. This incredible coat is the warmest of any mammal, allowing the fox to survive temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius without even beginning to shiver. Its short legs, small, rounded ears, short muzzle all help to conserve body heat, minimizing the surface area exposed to the brutal cold. As the seasons turn and the snows of winter give way to the browns and greens of the summer tundra, the Arctic fox undergoes a remarkable transformation. It sheds its thick white coat for a much thinner one of brown or gray fur. This change in color provides the perfect camouflage for hunting among the rocks and sparse vegetation of the summer landscape. This seasonal wardrobe change is a critical adaptation, allowing the fox to effectively stalk its prey, which includes lemmings, voles, birds, and even fish, throughout the year. The Arctic fox is an incredibly resourceful hunter and scavenger. Its hearing is so acute that it can detect the movement of lemmings burrowing deep beneath the snow. Once it pinpoints the location of its prey, it performs a characteristic high pounce, leaping into the air and diving headfirst into the snow to catch the unsuspecting rodent. When food is scarce, the fox becomes an opportunist, often following larger predators like polar bears to scavenge on the leftovers from their kills. Perhaps the most astonishing fact about the Arctic fox is its ability to build and maintain complex underground dens. These dens, often dug into hillsides or riverbanks, can be ancient, used by many generations of foxes for hundreds of years. A single den can have as many as 100 entrances and an intricate network of tunnels, providing a safe and insulated shelter for raising their young, known as kits. These subterranean homes are a testament to the fox's ingenuity and foresight, creating a lasting legacy in the frozen ground of the Arctic. Deep within the frigid waters of the Arctic Ocean lives one of the planet's most mysterious and magical creatures, the narwhal. Two male narwhals surface, their tusks crossing. Often called the unicorn of the sea, this medium-sized whale is famous for the single long tusk. The tusk can grow up to 10 feet long. It's not a horn but an elongated canine tooth that grows right through the narwhal's upper lip. For centuries, the tusk's purpose inspired myth and speculation. Tales said it speared fish, others said it broke through sea ice. Modern science is unraveling the tusk's secrets. The truth: the tusk is a highly sensitive sensory organ, packed with millions of nerve endings. It helps the narwhal read its environment, detecting changes in water temperature, pressure, and salt content. That sense helps it navigate dark Arctic waters and find prey: halibut, cod, shrimp. The tusk may also play a role in social life. Males rub tusks together in tusking. Narwhals spend much of their lives beneath the Arctic ice pack. They dive to depths of over a mile. Dives can last nearly 30 minutes. During dives, their heart rate slows dramatically. Blood is diverted to essential organs like the brain and heart. This lets them access deep-sea food others can't. The tusk is incredibly flexible. It can bend about a foot in any direction without breaking. Surprising for something that looks so rigid. Flexibility is crucial in shifting, violent sea ice environments. The narwhal remains shy and elusive. Much about it is still a mystery, a living emblem of Arctic wonder, the unicorn of the sea, tied to the health of its icy home. Patrolling the icy waters of the North Atlantic is a seal with a truly bizarre and unforgettable feature: the hooded seal. This large, robust seal gets its name from a peculiar inflatable sac on the head of the adult male. When at rest, this hood hangs limply over its nose. However, when the male feels threatened or wants to display his dominance or attract a female, he can inflate this hood to the size of a small football. It creates a striking visual display, a clear signal of his strength and status within the seal community. But the male hooded seal's display doesn't stop there. He can close one nostril and inflate a reddish, balloon-like membrane out of the other. This bright red nasal sac, when fully inflated, is a powerful and intimidating signal to other males. These dramatic displays are a key part of the hooded seal's life, especially during the breeding season, when males compete fiercely for access to females on the floating pack ice. It is a spectacle of nature that is both comical and deeply serious. Hooded seals are solitary animals for most of the year, spending their time foraging in the deep, cold waters of the ocean. They are exceptional divers, regularly plunging to depths of over 3,000 feet and staying submerged for up to an hour. This ability allows them to hunt for deep-water prey like Greenland halibut, redfish, squid, far below the reach of many other seals. Their bodies are built for these extreme dives, with large oxygen-storing blood volumes and the ability to collapse their lungs to withstand the crushing pressure of the deep. One of the most incredible facts about hooded seals concerns their pups. They have the shortest nursing period of any mammal on Earth. The mother's milk is extraordinarily rich, containing over 60% fat. This allows the pup to gain weight at an astonishing rate, more than doubling its birth weight in just 4 days. In the heart of the Antarctic, the coldest place on Earth, lives a bird of incredible fortitude and grace: the emperor penguin. This is the tallest and heaviest of all penguin species, standing nearly 4 feet tall, sleek, streamlined bodies, black heads, bright yellow-orange patches around their ears and neck. Unlike other penguins that seek milder coastal areas, emperor penguins march inland during the brutal Antarctic autumn, heading for their colonial nesting grounds on the stable sea ice. Their survival is a miracle of cooperation and endurance. To withstand the ferocious winds and temperatures below -60°C, the male penguins, responsible for incubating the single egg, huddle together in a massive, tightly packed group. This huddle is a constantly shifting mass of bodies, penguins on the cold outer edge slowly working their way into the warm center. This communal effort is the only way they can survive the long dark months, each bird relying on its neighbors for warmth and protection. The male emperor penguin endures an astonishing feat of fasting. For about 115 days he does not eat. He stands in the freezing darkness, balancing the precious egg on his feet, tucked under a warm fold of skin called a brood pouch. He may lose nearly half of his body weight, surviving solely on his fat reserves. It is a display of paternal devotion and physical endurance, a truly amazing fact. Their ability to fly underwater, while flightless in the air. In the water they are masters of agility and speed, using their stiff, powerful flippers like wings. They can propel themselves through the water at speeds of up to 9 miles per hour, and even launch themselves out of the water and onto the ice in a single, graceful leap. Soaring high above the wild and windswept Southern Ocean is a bird that embodies the spirit of endless travel, the wandering albatross. This magnificent seabird possesses the largest wingspan of any bird on Earth, reaching up to an incredible 11 feet from tip to tip. These long, narrow wings are not designed for flapping but for gliding, allowing the albatross to harness the powerful ocean winds with masterful skill. It can travel for hours, even days, without a single flap of its wings, covering immense distances with minimal effort. The life of a wandering albatross is one of almost perpetual motion. These birds spend the vast majority of their lives at sea, circumnavigating the globe in the stormy latitudes of the southern hemisphere. They are so perfectly adapted to a life on the wing that they can even sleep while flying. They land on the water to feed squid, fish, krill, and they only come ashore to breed. These birds form lifelong pair bonds, return to the same remote subantarctic islands every 2 years to raise a single chick. The breeding cycle of the wandering albatross is a long and arduous affair. After an elaborate and beautiful courtship dance, the pair builds a nest of mud and vegetation, where the female lays one large egg. Both parents take turns incubating the egg for nearly 3 months, one of the longest incubation periods of any bird. Once the chick hatches, it will be another 9 months before it is ready to fledge and take its first flight. A mind-blowing fact. These birds can live for over 50 years, and in that time, a single albatross can fly more than 3.7 million miles. That is the equivalent of flying to the moon and back 8 times. Lurking in the frigid waters of Antarctica is a predator with a fearsome reputation and a surprisingly ancient-looking form, the leopard seal. Named for its spotted coat and its prowess as a hunter, one of the top predators in the Southern Ocean. Remarkably long and slender body, large head, powerful jaws, sharp, formidable teeth. Reptilian, sleek and perfectly adapted for hunting in cold, dark Antarctic waters. Versatile, opportunistic hunter with a varied diet. One of the few seals that prey on warm-blooded animals. Major predator of penguins, often waiting near the ice edge for birds to enter the water. Also hunts other seals, pups of crab-eater seals, pups of fur seals. Large part of diet, krill. Specialized interlocking molars act like a sieve, filtering tiny crustaceans from the water, similar to giant baleen whales. Solitary creatures patrolling territories alone. Hunting techniques, powerful and intelligent. When hunting penguins, they grab the bird by the feet, then thrash it at the surface to skin before eating. Startling, shows raw strength of this apex predator. Yet surprisingly curious, sometimes investigating boats, sometimes investigating divers, encounters require extreme caution. Surprising fact, they sing. In Antarctic summer, males hang upside down in the water, produce loud trilling calls that travel miles underwater. Complex vocalizations likely used to attract mates or defend territories. This musical side adds mystery to a formidable Antarctic hunter. Our journey through the remote and frozen worlds of the Arctic and Antarctic has revealed a cast of truly extraordinary survivors. The power of the polar bear, the ingenuity of the Arctic fox, the magic of the narwhal, the devotion of the emperor penguin. Each of these animals has perfected the art of living in extreme environments. Their stories are masterpieces of evolution, Intricate ballets of adaptation where every movement and every feature has a profound purpose. These icy kingdoms are far from invincible. They are incredibly fragile and changing at an alarming rate. The sea ice that so many species depend on is disappearing, a hunting platform for polar bears, a nursery for seals, a resting place for walruses. As our planet warms, the Arctic is warming faster than anywhere else on Earth. The consequences are profound, threatening the delicate balance of this ecosystem. The fate of these magnificent animals is inextricably linked to our actions. The energy we use, the products we consume, the policies we support. Protecting the polar regions is not just about saving polar bears or penguins, it is about preserving the stability of our planet's climate. The ice at the poles acts as a giant reflector, bouncing the sun's heat back into space and helping to regulate global temperatures. We are now at a critical moment in our planet's history. The future of these pristine, frozen worlds hangs in the balance. We must act with a sense of urgency and shared responsibility. By learning about these animals, by appreciating their incredible lives, and by understanding the threats they face, we can be inspired to make changes. We must work together to reduce our impact on the climate, to protect these vital habitats, and to ensure the silent white landscapes of the poles remain home for generations to come. Their survival is our shared legacy.